decisions. But no, this is entirely paid for by the workforce and is aimed at making this workforce as sustainable as it can be for the long haul. So we look forward to working with the neighborhood councils, and we've got to figure out how we do what we do as well as we can.
We love our services, and if it goes to pension obligations, that's less services, and that's where I'm trying to. That's where I'm trying to, you know.
It is fair to say, am I correct, that many of your workers that you represent also live in the city and care about, have that interest. It's not just as important as it is, a professional and personal interest. It's also an interest about the well-being of the city.
About 70% of city workers live in the city, and it actually tends to be oddly indirectly proportional to the amount of money that they make. So it tends to be, I don't know why that is, but it tends to be the more money people make, the less likely they are to live in the city. So our members pretty much all live in the 0-0s. And
care about the services and the city itself and its future.
You know, I mean, there are services as well.
Yeah.
And you guys, we're happy to take your 1% as well.
You know, when you mentioned that there's 6 guys telling them how to trim a tree, I mean, that's part of the whole problem.
Well, and that's not, that's gone. I mean, literally, the workers figure out...
Well, that's only the tree, you know, that's only the tree, along with, besides the tree, there's the guys with the black top and all those other things. You go watch those guys, there's always, half of them are just standing around if you ever watch them, they don't do a damn thing. I mean, that's what's irritating to me.
Well, that may be what it looks like. And sometimes, sometimes there's a reason. Well, sometimes, for instance, asphalt has to be hot. And so,
I know that, but I mean, if you're trying to justify people standing around or supervisors.
I'm not justifying people standing around. I'm making sure I'm helping.
I mean, I know every one time that I go and watch them when they do anything in my neighborhood, there's a number, that half of them aren't doing a dang thing except watching. They pull up in a pickup truck and just watch. I mean, if any of you...
Well, that the city is overmanaged and over-administered, you're not going to get an argument out of me.
Okay, well, I mean, that's what...
On the other hand, sometimes...
Sort of thing. And that's what the unions do. The older you get, the easier your job gets. Who doesn't want to, you know, who wants to hang on to an easy job? Every old guy that works for the city wants to hang on to it for as long as he can. Well, it's an easy job.
When I started working for the union in 1988, the fact is that trash guys that pick up trash, they didn't used to retire. They used to die. And they now retire. And so if that's what you're criticizing this union for doing, then...
No, what I criticize with the trash people is that they stuff their trash trucks beyond belief and they leak. Who knows what they're leaking?
If that happens, let us know.
I mean,
that's
who has
illegal.
not seen that?
You got to videotape
I've always seen that.
Well, that's illegal.
Call 311.
Call 311, and some of that, of course,
and that's because the guy who's running the truck is going to just run it until he does his...
They get weighed at the landfill when they get there.
Well,
they can't be over capacity, and if they are, the city actually gets fined. But, you know, sometimes you see some stuff that because some supervisor someplace is acting stupid, I mean, that's part of the accountability. It has to be top to bottom accountability. And the same way that we're going to hold the worker accountable, we expect management to be held just as accountable for urging people to overpack a truck, for instance, because they want them to not make 2 trips.
Right.
So I think we're gonna wrap up this discussion just because we have another presentation. Julie, this was awesome. Do you have any other last words for us in terms of what you need from us?
Just thank your trash guy. You know, so much of what happens is work that nobody notices unless it doesn't happen. And I gotta tell you, I mean,
I don't like the DWP.
It used to be that you used to see rubber tires on the street. Part of the city is actually, for instance, recycling those rubber tires now go into the asphalt, and that was a worker's idea. That one extends the life of the street because it makes it a little rubbery, and also keeps us from having the rubber tires on the street. So I mean, we're always working, always interested in ideas.
We love our figure out what to do with the couches.
I know.
Sorry,
well, actually,
I was just going to say,
24-hour guarantee that your bulky items will be picked up in 20 hours. Of course, you need to know that they're called bulky items when you call it.
so thank you so much. And I also think this is...
Let's just guys, settle down, please.
This is also, I very much would like to see, I would very much like to see your union and your workers and others be more involved in neighborhood councils. And I'm sure we haven't been as openly inviting, but we appreciate the participation here tonight, and we encourage it in the future. All workers, all levels.
Thank you for coming, Julie. I really appreciate it. Okay, now we move on to item number 4, which is the presentation from the Vandekamp Coalition.
With a slideshow.
Excellent.
So we'll go.
Where are you guys projecting onto?
Well, you know, that was a challenge because there isn't any very.
You can't take that off the wall.
No, you
I don't
have
think
to
we
take the
should.
wall with it, I think.
We
No.
take that sign.
No,
No, it's stuck on the wall.
You
I think
can't.
right there would be fine, so if you want to see
That would
this.
be perfect.
We could just sit over there.
Yeah.
We're really bolted in.
Well, as they set up, I just wanted to welcome Laura, Mickey, and Andrew, who I've had a chance to know for some time. They have been the backbone of the Vandekamps Coalition. Originally, it was called Save Vandekamps Coalition, and then obviously they'll talk about the Coalition to Save the Vandekamp Bakery. And so they'll be doing their presentation, but now they're meeting other challenges regarding that site, and they wanted to do a presentation here. So,
Thank you guys so much for being here.
It's kind of a long, complicated tale, so
We'll
we
try
have,
to make
we
it
have to
simple.
burden you with a slide presentation, unfortunately.
Those of us from Atwater and Glassell are well versed in this.
You know, we think we're
you
well
know.
versed, and every few days we find some stuff
Yeah.
that makes us go,
It's a privilege.
I am amazing. And we think, you know, we're hard bitten and cynical, but not enough.
You can also find a slideshow on our website at www.vandecamps.org.
Vandecamps.org, all one. Has it all. There's a few new things in here that we haven't put up yet, because I'm the one who puts it up, and, you know, come 1 or 2 in the morning, I just go to bed whether I'm done or not.
Lazy.
I am, I've gotten lazy in my old age.
There.
Hopefully that'll work.
There.
Oh, it's about as good as, you know, it's just the way it is. Would it help if we turned some of the lights down, or is that more of a hazard than a help?
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, no popcorn.
So we'll get started. I'd like to introduce, first of all, those of us who are from the coalition. This is Laura Gutierrez, who is recently joined the coalition the last couple of years.
Thank
Laura is a resident of Glassell Park. Mickey Jackson, who is a longtime member of the coalition and a longtime activist, and a resident of Highland Park. And my name is Andrew Garston. I'm one of the also founding crew of the Coalition to Save Vandekamps. And really this was the...
Ex-resident of Glassell Park.
I'm an Echo Park resident, and this is really the thing that got me very active and turned me into an activist, was the Vandekamps. And we were talking, it was funny, when Julie was talking before about early retirement, I was thinking, the recent events have taken me out of early retirement from Vandekamps. I thought that this was done, as many people did,
And hoped.
you know, 8 years ago. And unfortunately, as you'll see, this has just turned into sort of a nasty situation.
Andrew, and one more person, Nettie.
Oh, Nettie Clark.
Nettie was here and she's gone.
Grandchildren.
Yeah. So, like all good activist campaigns, this one has, we've had our share of protests both in the past, and then just recently we were out protesting about a month ago.
So the 10 pictures on the top were from 10 years ago, 1999, and then the 3 on the bottom were from a few weeks ago.
So we formed a draft resolution that we would like to give you all. We're not sure whether the Northeast Coalition is going, does its own resolution or just brings back. Actually, I wanted to find out if you guys could just quickly tell me which neighborhood councils, who you are, which neighborhood councils you're representing.
Lincoln Heights Neighborhood Council.
What's that?
Lincoln Heights Neighborhood
Lincoln
Council.
Heights, okay. And your name is?
Jose Aguilar.
Okay, I know your name. I recognize your name. And I know Jose from my own. I was also one of the founders of Echo Park, Great Echo Park Legion Neighborhood Council, and was on the board until last year. So I've got a lot of experience with neighborhood councils.
I need to ask you a question. Is this school, is it regional to the Northeast, or could all neighborhood councils throughout the whole city take issue?
All community colleges are open to residents throughout the area. So
This resolution is
We'll be
what I'm
talking,
saying.
campus was-
we'll be talking about that as how we approach this.
Oh, okay.
Everybody
Sorry.
got a draft resolution, so as we move forward.
I haven't got one.
So
we have some copies.
I'm from Atwater Village. I'm
Okay.
the co-chair of the Atwater Village.
Okay.
So I work with Nanny a lot.
Okay.
Recognized you.
Silver Lake.
So like,
Silver Lake.
Rampart.
Silver Lake.
Silver Lake.
okay, so we got a lot from Silver Lake.
And did you hear earlier we rattled off, I rattled off a lot of the ones that are often at our meetings. And okay, I'm gonna take 15 seconds and tell me what I've got. Griffith Park,